All right, guys, we are joined by Ash and Rye, and they're going to tell us a little bit about the Kardashians. For those of you who don't know, after 14 years, the show is coming to an end. Now, I personally haven't really watched it. Austin, have you said you've watched it a little bit?
Yes, I have some knowledge. Obviously, I know Kanye's in there. Kanye is a kid, but now he's not in there. So
Nope.
I know that much. But no, I grew up watching some of the Kardashians. I was raised like by my grandma. She really enjoyed the drama, so it was cool to watch.
Okay, so joining us, we have Ash and Rye, and they're fans of the Kardashians. So, like, most of our viewers, they're into comic book stuff, they're into movies, like pop culture stuff. So we just wanted to know, what is it about the Kardashians that you guys like, and why is it that someone like me could probably enjoy it?
I'll go first. Me, I started like watching the Kardashians or just getting into it by following them on Instagram because they were like that perfect person that you always wanted to look like or be like. So that's where I come from with it. But I'm not really a big diehard fan of the show, so it's not like I watch it every day and I'll be sad that it's ending. I could still follow them on Instagram and still wish to be them.
Yeah.
So. I think that kind of the same thing as like you said earlier. Like my mom always watched it, so that's why I've seen it a lot. And then if it's on, it's like one of those shows that like you're not going to change the channel. Like you're going to watch it on. Like I'm not going to look for it, but I'm not going to change it. And I think that like in shows like that, it's like a lot of the situations are things that like everyday people deal with, but it's like, oh, like celebrities are just like us. Like she's getting cheated on too, and it's like, well, how's she going to handle it? Or like, what are they going to do? Or like, how are they going to get back at them? And it's like the drama and the build up, and like next week on, you like have to see what happens. Like you can't just keep watching it.
It's funny. My sister, she's kind of ashamed. She watches it, so every time I walk by, she's watching. She'd pause it. She's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "What are you watching?" She's like, "I'm watching the Kardashians." All right, like she felt guilty.
Yeah, it's like you're not like, oh, I love it, but like deep down, like you love it.
Yeah. Well, like I feel like that maybe I'm gonna be very vague here, like for very generalized here, that for girls is kind of like what nerddom is for us guys, like Star Wars or like that stuff. Like you guys aren't into that stuff.
Yeah, it's
No.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like you
I
don't
got
get
a
it.
Star Wars poster and Batman and everything. She's like,
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I just took down my Kardashians poster.
It would have been perfect. It would have been perfect. It would have been like, wow, they went through all this effort just for one show. So, like, I first heard of Kim Kardashian because of that Ray J tape, the sex tape.
Yeah.
That's the first time I had heard of her. What was that, 2007 or so? I want to say.
I was a little young.
Yeah, you were young.
You were young, but you saw it, didn't you?
Yeah, probably. Guilty as charged. It was like one of those things, like you were at a sleepover and like they were like, well, we have to watch it. And then you're like hiding the phone so like nobody's parent comes in and sees it.
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth. But like I remember before her, it was like sort of like she was like one of the first few celebrities that didn't really do anything. But before her, it was Paris Hilton. Like you guys remember Paris Hilton and how big she was?
Yeah,
and I feel like
really just
Kim took over. Yeah. So okay, so Nate, who are the Kardashians? There's Kim and Khloe.
Kylie, Kendall.
And is there a brother in there somewhere?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Rob.
Yeah, but
Rob,
he doesn't do anything anymore. He was like making socks for a while.
Oh, okay.
He made that teenager call for a while, and then that ended, and then he was making socks, and then he was just like, I don't want to be on camera. And then
I don't know what happened to him. He had like a spiral downhill.
Yeah, he was just all of a sudden like, I don't want to be like on camera, and like I don't want my life in the spotlight. I would have took his place.
That's understandable. I mean, yeah, I don't know that and especially like poor Rob, like he's just like surrounded by all this craziness.
And I feel like he isn't like over the top like how they are. Like he isn't like always trying to like put like Kim's wedding, that was like the wedding of the biggest thing in the world. Like he wasn't like trying to like he wasn't like that. And it's like that probably gets exhausting after a while to like have to constantly like expose yourself almost all the time. He's more like himself. Yeah. The whole
are the cameras like in their house? Like is that where they film most of it?
Yeah. But it's weird though because like to some extent they have to like know when they're going to be filming.
Yeah, obviously.
So that's why it's really like it's like very scripted and like produced because
Yeah.
you know what conversations you're having when the cameras are there. Like, you know that you're talking about Courtney getting cheated on or whatever. Like,
So let me ask you this: like, when you find out, let's say Courtney's being cheated on, obviously they filmed it like a while ago. You know, it wasn't filmed like last week. Did you guys like know that was going to happen? Like, was that already in the news? Like, you know, Khloe Kardashian's been cheated on, and then you watch it in the show, or is it like you find out through the show?
I feel like it might have been posted on social media, but it's just like nobody really knows until that first person watches the show, and then it's everywhere.
I agree. I think that I think that the most recent thing, like big thing, was when Khloe was having her baby. Like, it was all over social media and stuff, and then people were like more eager for the season because then you would see it play out. Where like that's why a lot of the time people say that Kris Jenner like concocts it all, because like right before there's a new season and something's like brought out like right before that's going to make you watch it.
Okay.
Marketing.
It's funny, like more recently, like I not say I watched it, but I was more interested in it because of the whole, you know, Bruce Jenner transitioning to Caitlyn Jenner. Like, was that announced on the show, or like, because I know it happened when it was on the news, but like, was that sort of an example? Like, okay, so Bruce is becoming Caitlyn. Now I got to see this on the show. Like, the show covered that a lot, or was that kind of in the background?
I think that it was more in the background from what I remember. Like, it wasn't like really like there were like big scenes that led up to like Kendall and like them talking about it and like him like. But I don't think that it was really like made about him, and I think that that was because, like,
well, they were gonna. Well, that's the thing. They were gonna give her own show.
Right. So like, Kris Jenner then knew that that was going to take away from the Kardashians.
Right.
So I think that that was like, we can't put too much emphasis on that because it's like going to steer away from us.
Yeah, really the only thing they put on the show about him like changing genders was how they all felt once it came out and how they felt after the fact and if they accepted it or if they didn't and all that kind of stuff.
It wasn't ever about like how like Caitlyn felt. It was about how everybody else felt. Like
reacted to it.
They mattered more about than what was happening. And
right, because if I remember correctly, like right after that season, they had I Am Caitlyn or whatever. Yeah. And that was supposed to be, you know, her whole story.
Yeah.
But that didn't last, obviously.
Yeah. Are they still together, Kris and Caitlyn, or no?
No.
Oh,
okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
The last that I heard, Caitlyn was with someone else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I think
This is stuff we need to cover on the show because I like gossip. I don't really watch gossip stuff, but like what do? We cover pop culture. We cover rumors, innuendos. We hypothesize on stuff. Like I'm like, it's kind of like what guys do. We just don't call it gossip.
It's guys gossip.
Yeah.
It's guys gossip.
It's fun to like figure out what other people have going on.
I always say drama is always good as long as it doesn't involve you.
That is very true.
Except it always does.
Somehow.
Something always does, yeah. So listen, would you recommend that us guys give it a shot?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so, but I don't want you to say then you guys have to give Star Wars a shot because I don't think that's going to happen.
That's
We're not gonna do that. Give Star Wars a shot. Listen, there are only 3 good Star Wars, despite what my friend here says. There are only 3 good ones, and the rest of them are all crap.
The only I feel like show that I watched that was like a guy thing was what was that one with Harley Quinn?
The Harley Quinn show?
The Harley Quinn
animated?
Harley Quinn show. She was in what was that?
That's
The Joker and then
Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey?
I
Was
don't
that the
know.
one where she was like,
I don't even know. I saw it.
was it a movie or a show?
It was a movie, and it was
Okay.
like with the Joker, and then the Hulk kind of came in. I thought.
The Hulk?
Right now,
Did you say the
our
Hulk?
comment section is going to be exploding.
The one with Harley Quinn. Everybody was her for Halloween for like the whole year.
The Suicide Squad. I think you're talking about the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
There we go. See, that's
Yeah.
like the only. That's like the part
That's
of
the only thing you saw.
What about Wonder Woman? No Wonder Woman?
No.
Yeah, she's cool. Like, I love her.
Yeah, she's
The
like,
shit out of her, but I've never seen her movie, unfortunately.
No, it's like
okay, what about movies like what about movies like Aliens? Like you got Ripley. Ripley's the star.
No.
No?
Never seen Aliens, huh? You know, we should do something where they recommend we watch something and then we recommend they watch
that could be
something.
fun.
That could be kind of fun, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we should do that.
cool movie
So-
from the opposite perspectives.
From the
Yeah. I don't even know where to watch the Kardashians. What are they on E?
They're on Hulu, I think.
Yeah,
they're on Hulu
they're
too.
on Hulu.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know all of it on there, like from all the way back in the day. When they all like crazy looking.
Yeah, before all the.
There you go, Jack. You can go back to the Ray J days.
Yeah, the Ray J days.
She used to be, wasn't she like Paris Hilton's like assistant? Kim.
Oh.
No.
They were like good friends, I think.
Yeah, she cleaned her closet or something.
I swear, it was nothing crazy. If I were to put that on my resume, like I cleaned Kim Kardashian.
It was like closet organizer.
Yeah, right.
I had that somewhere.
But I think the Kardashians were rich before, weren't they? Like they weren't as rich as they are now.
Was like a big.
Yeah, see, now I remember that because I was a little kid when OJ happened.
Yeah.
I remember that lawyer, like Robert Kardashian.
Yeah, like they had like money and stuff, but they weren't like big until like Kim went and did her thing.
So they give us all hope that we could have
all you have to do is make a sex tape with a celebrity and you're famous.
We could have money.
Right.
Yeah. Do you think that's part of the appeal? Like that could be me. Like Riley, you were saying earlier that like you watch them and you're like, oh, they're just like me. They're rich, but like they have a nicer place. Like, do you think that's part of the appeal? Like people can kind of see themselves as the Kardashians or something like that?
I feel like now a big thing is like getting your body done, get your lips done, Botox, all that. And it all kind of started from, I feel like the Kardashians being it most known that you can change your look, change your body, and like there's no problem with it. And hey, like self-love, go ahead. But I'm making TikToks out here trying to become Addison Rae, and she's on keeping up with the Kardashians, and I'm not. So
yeah.
I think that too, like what's the other one? Kylie, like she was proclaimed like what, the self-made millionaire. Like you were not self-made. Like
she was like the first youngest billionaire.
She deserves all the credit she gets, but like that's not self-made. You were set up for success. Like there's a lot of other people that have busted their ass a lot like more to make the money that they do. Where like you do, she works her ass off. She deserves a lot of credit, but it's also like. You didn't
like you said, the fact is, if you're just born with the Kardashian name at this point, you got money. Like
exactly. So like for people to be like, oh well, she started from nowhere, like I can do that. It's like goals, like push yourself, but like it's not fair to like compare yourself to that.
Right.
Okay. All right. So Austin, will you go and watch the Kardashians?
I'll check out a few episodes.
Are there any episodes you could recommend? I mean, I'm not sure of how that works with reality TV, like any seasons, like
you have to watch the one with the diamond in the ocean.
That one, yes. And then this last season, I did watch a couple episodes when they bring on Addison Rae and not me. I'll get over it one day. But I think that Addison Rae and which one? I think Addison Rae and one of the Jenner sisters or Kardashian sisters are together.
Really?
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting trying to see that.
So, real quick, I should probably know this, but I don't. Who's Addison Rae?
Yeah, I was like nodding my head. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah, totally Addison Rae.
Like I said, this TikTok star, you started from nothing, I feel like, but now she's just best friends with the Kardashians and on their show, where I'm out here sweating, making TikToks, busting my ass, and getting no credit for it. I get like 100 likes.
So
hey, that's how you start. That's
so
what we started doing.
I'm actually starting from the bottom. Not them.
So Addison is just a TikTok. Okay.
So Addison, if you're watching this,
well, Riley, this is the part of the show where you plug yourself. So what is your TikTok user handle? I don't even know what it's called. I have TikTok. I've never used it though.
Which is TikTok? You definitely used it. You definitely make some videos.
Okay, yeah, for pop culture. Actually, our creator Tyler posted one of my openings, our Oscar openings. They got like 4,000 views on TikTok.
Nice. He's like, I don't use TikTok.
I know, but I have a video.
Humble brag. I don't use TikTok.
But it's not my channel though. It's the Pop Culture Corners channel, like the team's channel. So, so what is your handle on TikTok?
Oh, I don't know if I want to give that away. No, I have to. I think it's just my name, like at Riley Mastaro.
Okay, all right. Well, if you don't want that, we can cut it out.
No,
so.
I'm just kidding. You can totally put it on there. I make really good videos.
All right, cool. So we'll have an overlay, guys. Maybe we'll put a link to it in the description. All right, guys. I want to thank Ash and Rye for being here, and they're going to be back, and they're going to talk to us more about the stuff that us nerds and geeks and gamers need to focus on. All right, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.